Some Star Wars fans are drawing their lightsabers over news that Disney is buying the Lucasfilm company for $4 billion, which includes the Star Wars franchise. Our movie man, Erik Childress, is here with the details on the deal. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Is this a good deal?
I think this is a great deal. I mean, it almost seems like a bargain for Disney. $4 billion going to George Lucas for the rights to all the Star Wars films. I mean, the Star Wars franchise, the 6 movies that have come out so far, grossed $4.4 billion worldwide. So now they get to make, 6 more, however many they're going to make, and make a ton more money.
But fans are very concerned about this maybe diluting the franchise. What do you think?
People are already up in arms. They're really not very happy with the 3 prequels that came out. So they're already, glass half full kind of thing, or half empty actually. But I think it's going to go in the right direction. Lucas is going to sort of take a slow step back. He's going to let new directors, probably fresh directors, take this in a new direction. And I think people, I'm hoping people are going to be very happy with them.
And what about George Lucas? He says he's doing this because he wants to retire at 68, which I think is very young. But he's been very wise in the movie industry.
Maybe one of the wisest decisions in financial history in movie making. Back in 35 years ago when he made Star Wars, he gave up all the rights to a lot of his salary and points on the release of the movie just to take the sequel rights and all the merchandising rights, and what do you know, $4 billion later.
Smart move. Let's talk about what happened at the box office last week. And of course, some people were evacuating because of the hurricane. What do you think it did to the numbers ultimately? I
don't think it had a great impact on the numbers because the final weekend in October has traditionally not been a very big movie-going weekend. With the exception, you get a horror film like the Saw franchise or Paranormal Activity, tends to draw some people in. But generally, it's just not that big a weekend.
Well, Argo came in #1. A lot of that might have been word of mouth.
Oh, it's definitely word of mouth.
It's a good film.
It's only the 9th film since 1996 to jump from up to #1 after being out and released for a few weeks.
All right, that comes in at $12 million. Cloud Atlas at $9 million. Hotel Transylvania at $9 million. Paranormal Activity at $8 million. Silent Hill at $8 million. Now, coming up this weekend, Flight, but it's only in 1,800 screens. What's up with it, Erik?
I'm kind of surprised that Paramount's not releasing this and getting a wider launch for this movie because it's very critically acclaimed. They've been very advertising it very heavily.
You liked it.
Oh, I think it's an excellent film, especially for adults. But it's on less screens than Cloud Atlas. But I think when you see the numbers this week, it's going to have a very high per screen average and probably going to do very well.
Also coming out this weekend, The Man with the Iron Fist, which did not screen.
No.
And Wreck-It Ralph, which you did see and loved.
Yeah, really funny movie from Disney Animation Studios, and should be a very easy #1 this weekend. Probably the tune over 40 million at least. So you got something for the kids this weekend, something for adults, and everyone should just go out to the movies.
I'm looking forward to having you back next week. You'll be talking about Lincoln and Bond.
2 more of the best movies of the year.
2 winners. Good to have you on the show today. That's Erik Childress. Thanks for coming on.